Nightmares. Really scary nightmares that often feel so real. You can touch it. You can taste it in your mouth. You can hear it ringing in your ears so loud. You can smell it. Feeling that constant feeling of dread, doom, anxiety. Is it going to happen again? What's happening? Why is this happening? Feeling sick, cold shivers, cold sweats, crying, headaches, ringing ears, dizziness. These are just some of the things that people with PTSD endure. And this video is all about PTSD and how I personally have managed it, and I'm using it for a greater good to help and inspire people. So yeah, if you found this video helpful, please press that subscribe button, because I do make motivational mental health videos about 2 or 3 times a week. If you're new to me, hiya, put hi in the comments, and if you've got any suggestions of future videos, please let me know, because I do make a new video for every suggestion, and I do mean every suggestion that I get, because this channel is about helping people. So yeah, PTSD. I have it, and I accept it now, and I understand it, but it's been a long, difficult path. And the first thing I'm going to say is what it is. So it's post-traumatic stress disorder, and some of the symptoms that I get are nightmares, flashbacks, sudden anger, waking up in the night really angry, dizziness. I don't want to watch certain things because it makes me go into a bad place mentally. I don't want to listen to certain song lyrics because it reminds me. But anything can set it off. I mean, it could be a smell that reminds me, but it's got easier. And I'm going to tell you how it's got easier. But first, I'm going to tell you why I have PTSD. I won't go into too much detail. So yeah, I was locked up in a mental hospital when I was just 12 years old and subjected to a hell of a lot of abuse for many, many years. When I was released, I was given very, very little support, and even more things happened to me in the community that shouldn't have happened. So I have got CPTSD. Originally, I was fucking angry all of the time, When I came out of hospital, I was like, why have I been abused? Do you know why I've been abused? Do you know why? Do you know the answers? I was angry with everybody. No matter who it was, I was angry. I wanted closure and I wanted answers. And that's natural. You might be going through that. You might be going through the, why has this happened? Why? And I can relate to that. I get it. But you're going to have to give yourself that closure, because that's how I came to terms with my PTSD. I eventually calmed down and I accepted the fact that, unfortunately, I was abused in hospital by so-called nurses. It's a long road, but I accepted it, and I said, this actually happened to me. And I actually wrote Broken Doll as my way of validating my emotions. It's poetry, and it talks about the sensations. It talks about what I went through. It's not descriptive, but it's dark, sometimes quite cryptic poetry. And it was my way of validation. It was my way of getting it out. And I think that's quite helpful for people with PTSD, to actually say, you know what, this happened to me and it's important that I'm heard. That has been my biggest thing that's helped calm me down, because I used, like I said, I was very angry, constantly searching for closure. I used to just walk around. I even asked my neighbours. I remember this when I was really quite frantic. I was like, can you possibly think of a reason why this happened to me? But I had to give myself my own closure. And the closure is that I survived, that it happened to me and I survived. I've written books, and I'm actually writing a memoir, which is again is my medicine, about what I went through. And I'm hoping it inspires other people. And I've put a link in the description if you are at all interested in books and memoirs, etc., and scandals. So yeah, number one is accepting that it happened, because it's a bit like grief. You know, a lot of people don't want to accept that it happened. You might be like, oh no, you know, my mother died or my sister died and I don't want to accept it happened. But you need to. You need to accept it. And it's not a case of saying, oh, I deserved it, because you didn't deserve it and it's a very bad thing that happened. But what I'm saying is to actually acknowledge it existed. Because some people struggle with PTSD because they don't want to admit it ever happened. They want to say to themselves, no, this is not real. But unfortunately it is. And that sounds like a harsh thing to say, but coming from somebody who studied psychology, that is the only way. Avoiding sometimes isn't helpful. I mean, I still go to Newcastle sometimes. A lot of people sometimes don't want to even go in, you know, the same city as something that's happened, or they might never wear that colour again, or they might never listen to that CD or whatever. And I mean, I can relate to the certain songs, because certain song lyrics I don't want to hear. But for me, going to Newcastle, I do go through there sometimes and it doesn't affect me. Because it happened and I made the most of it. Because I could have gone two ways, you know? I could have turned into an angry person, which I did, looking for answers, which is natural. And then I could have, you know, started attacking and killing people and all that, which ain't my style. Like I said, I'm using it to inspire people, motivational videos, but there isn't any one size fits all, you know? And I wish I could say that. I wish I could say, right, this is the way to handle PTSD, because there's not. Because everyone is so uniquely different. Because what you've been through is different to the next person and the next person, you know? It's going to be a long journey, you know? It's going to take time and it's going to change you as a person. And what I mean by that is it's going to change your whole mindset. You know, you're a different person from the event because you learn so much about yourself. I've learned so much. I've discovered, not to blow my own trumpet here, but I've always known I'm quite good at writing and speaking, but ever since the event, I've just learned more about language and how to actually articulate what I went through and what I've been through. You know, I found myself looking in the dictionary of words to describe things that I've been through. You know, I found it actually quite cathartic to talk about my experiences. Again, it's validation. It's saying, this happened and I deserve to be heard. And, you know, you should do that, but you don't have to do it on YouTube. You know, that's quite a big thing. You don't have to do that. I mean, if you are thinking about doing that, you can email me privately at, michelletherese2@gmail.com, and we can have a conversation about that, and I could kind of give you some guiding steps. But it could be like writing a journal down. You know, it could be saying, I was watching TV and, you know, that song came on and I really got angry and switched it off. It's good to write that down. And then you can read it and think, okay. And then in a couple of months' time, you might be able to continue watching that TV show. Because, okay, yeah, I know that's upsetting me, but I'm not going to turn it off because I'm enjoying it. That's where I'm at with most things. There is certain perfumes that remind me of bad people, but the way I disconnect from that is by looking at the person in front of me. I say, you know, that isn't that person, that's that person, you know. It's difficult and it's going to take time, but it will get better. And I say this in all my videos, and I think you know what I'm going to say. Nothing stays the same forever. That could be my hashtag. I use it all the time. But seriously, nothing does. 5 years ago, I was in a homeless hostel with a razor blade to my wrist, thinking about literally giving in. Because again, I didn't have closure. I wanted that closure. But now, I'm actually loving my life. Do I still get flashbacks? Yes, I do. Sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night feeling just panicky for no reason. But I kind of know why. Sometimes I have nightmares about the faces, like certain staff members. And normally when that happens, I'm write about it or draw it, you know. These are the ways that I cope, and I really wish that I could give you your answers. But like I say, everyone is totally different, because what works for me might not work for you. Validate it though. You must validate it. You must accept that it happened. Whether that's a picture, whether that's joining a support group, whether that's writing a journal, whether that's speaking privately, you have to tell yourself, this is real, it happened to me, and I'm going to get through it, and I'm going to learn from this. Because PTSD, it doesn't suddenly go away, but it's manageable. And I feel like right now I am managing it really well, you know? You have to just remember what upsets you, you know, and keep doing the things that you love. And I love making these YouTube videos. This is kind of my medicine, you know, because I like to help other people. And then when other people say that I've helped them, it makes me even happier. So yeah, it's going to be a tough journey, but I do care, and I hope that this video's given you some comfort, you know. You're not alone. You're not alone in this journey. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to go now. But thank you for watching this video. If you have enjoyed it, please press that subscribe button. And think about what I've said. Okay, it's been Michelle. Until next time. Adios, amigo.